the belt comes around my waist, it will be just that's just to show that you won the fight for me, you know. But I'm always coming to win, regardless of if it's for a belt or not. I'm not here to lose. I'm here to win, and that's what I'm doing. I feel like a champion, but if Alexander decides to calm down, then I won't. Then I'll feel like I need to win, you know, the title. If he decides not to come back to the 145 pounds, then of course I'm the champion, because whom else is nobody ahead of me. But if I don't get to face him ever, you know, I don't know how to say it. Like sometimes you fear that by saying you're gonna win, you may lose, or stuff like that. You know, you gotta battle that. Like no, like if I say I'm gonna win, I'm gonna win. You know, I can't fail to my work. You know, because I know that I'm prepared for it. I know I'm capable of doing what I'm saying I'm going to do. And believing in yourself is one of the biggest things that I think has been a battle for me. Like truly believing in myself, not you saying it from the mouth out, but truly believing in what I can do, and that I can be the champion, that I can change people's lives, that I can change my family life, that I can change my own life. You know, it's just you are like the owner of your life, and you can, the alchemist of your life. You can, you know, make it happen.
Is it a challenge? Yeah, 100%. But I mean, like, I just, again, like the way people sit there and talk to me about that, and like, it's just like, what? Like, have you, no one had challenges themselves? I don't, excuse my friend, sorry. No one challenges them, it blows me away. It's like, you know, it's, everyone just wants to, you know, how do you, like, that's not how you get better. Right now, for me taking this fight and this opportunity, it was an opportunity for greatness, obviously, but not just that, it's an opportunity to get better. And I always told you, you know, drive to be better, you know, and I've always said that type of stuff. And trust me, as soon as this fight was announced, I'm moving up, and I need to get stronger, I need to do this, you know, you just start, you know, you just get better. So right now, you know, I'm a better fighter than I was because of this. So this is the opportunity. And a lot of people, again, like this, everything in life, if you want to be successful, you need to challenge yourselves. You need to put yourself in these sort of positions. I mean, I've got all the right stuff. What's made me a champion, when you talk about, you know, obviously the work ethic, the ticker, the heart, like you name it, all that type of stuff, that's what you need that's what you need in these positions. Like a lot of people, oh, the underdog and all that type of stuff. If you're getting money on me like that, if there's anyone that can do it, it's me. Like, you know what I mean? I'm that type of guy. I'm that guy with that fight IQ. You know I'm not going to give up. You know I'm going to fight for every single centimetre, you know what I mean? Like every millimetre. So to count me out is just foolish. And I can't wait to go out there and shock the world, because that's what it looks like. A lot of people, you know, a lot of people are like, man, you know, what's he doing? Like, oh, cool, it just makes my victory even bigger. I know it's massive here. I don't know what it's like in Dagestan or whatever, like, you know what I mean? But for here, we're buzzing. Like, you know, we sold it out in seconds. People struggling to get tickets, you know what I mean? Like everyone's got accommodation and got flights and couldn't even get a ticket, you know what I mean? Like it's, again, I feel like there's a cockiness, there's a short and all this stuff. I'm like, it's gonna be pretty embarrassing for you, mate, if you're gonna start talking like that, you know what I mean? So again, like, let him do that. Again, that just makes my win even bigger, and then your loss, very embarrassing, you know what I mean? So you want to act like that. We'll see who's smirking at the end.
You got a fight in Australia?
Yeah. It's at Perth, Australia, and it's the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world versus the #2 pound-for-pound fighter in the world. Exactly.
This is gonna be a problem.
Yeah.
I didn't know these two dudes were fighting. Now that we just popped that, these fuckers, these are dogs.
They're both world champions. They're both world champions. So Volkanovski is moving up in weight to try to take his title. This is a badass fight.
Hell yeah. That's
#1 versus #2 pound-for-pound in the world in their prime.
Always in Australia? You've always been big in Australia?
Oh, yeah. Well, no. I mean, when we first bought...
You know, there could have been a lot of easier matchups for McGregor to come back with. Now, obviously, you could counter that by saying, well, Chandler's very hittable. Chandler's got the kind of fight IQ and the desire to entertain that's going to play into McGregor's hands. Yeah, sure, granted, fair enough. There's still easier matchups. When I heard about the Tony Ferguson rumour, I thought, oh, well, that makes sense. Tony's lost 5 in a row. You know what I mean? He's, with respect, damaged goods. Michael Chandler is always in a war, always exciting. He could choose to wrestle him. He took Dustin Poirier's best shots, went to a decision. Took Gage's best shot, went to a decision, right? So it's not an easy fight for McGregor. Certainly, by the time it comes round, that'll be like 2.5 years outside of the octagon, when there already had been, you know, a diminishment of the skill, shall we say, timing, getting older, getting heavier, getting bigger, breaking a leg, losing the mojo. It's not an easy fight to come back from.
I do think it's interesting how circumstances in this sport change everything. Like, had Michael Chandler beaten Dustin Poirier, I don't think that this opportunity is there, because I think that he's getting himself into the title hunt, and he's in a pretty special position. It's everything, especially with Conor. Everything is so fluid. Like, in order to get that Conor McGregor red panty night, you gotta almost accidentally find yourself in the right spot at the exact right time. Like, when Conor's ready, you need to be ready. When he's ready, your career needs to be in a certain spot, your popularity needs to be in a certain spot, and he needs to feel a certain way about you to essentially choose you, what a crazy position to be in. It's almost like that's why he is mentally wins those battles, because he's the one who holds all the cards. He makes all the decisions. So he almost puts himself in the driver's seat a lot of times.
There was an interesting comment made by Sugar Sean O'Malley. Now, it was only interesting because Sean made it, and Sean generally knows what time it is. But Sean was talking about himself being a superstar at a time the UFC needs it. And he was going through the superstars, talking about that Conor's out. And out of nowhere, Sean goes, well, they've got John Jones, but they need someone else. Now, that only surprised me because John has done a lot of wonderful things. Making people money isn't one of them. When John fights, there is an audience dressed up like a whole bunch of empty seats. It's literally the reason that he had to leave 205 pounds. He was frustrated with it. He was getting bored with it. You guys aren't interested in the fight. Try being me. I'm not interested in fighting Thiago Santos and Dominic Reyes. I mean, in all fairness, that's just what happened. So I was a little surprised when Sean said that. Now, I normally would stay out of it completely, but it's John bringing his business to us. John has signed a new 8-fight deal. I want so badly to tell you so that John hears and that he hears it from me. But the business today versus what he left 3 years ago. All right. He's got no idea what he just did. Okay. I'm walking away. I'm walking away right there. But he's did 8 fights. He signed an 8-fight deal. Now he came out and he's talking about his hips and his ass. Talking about his new physique. And I got to tell you, I'm about sick of hearing about John Jones's new physique. For a number of reasons. First off, it's a dude's physique. And secondly, I don't know what's new about it. I mean, not for nothing, but he had to get to 240. This was the big thing. And now he's saying, I don't really know if I'm 240. I'm not going to tell anybody what I weigh. I want that to be a surprise for Surreal.